So the common misapprehension I find about astrology, number one, is that people really know it through sun sign columns in the newspaper,
Yep.
and they know about their sun sign and that kind of thing. And it gives, I don't think, an incorrect picture, but a very limited picture. And what an actual astrologer does is work with the entire sky. And in particular, at the time of your birth, we look, of course, at the sun. The sun is very important. That's why sun sign astrology can work even as well as it does, is because the sun is so important. And there are lots of other things in the sky, though. So we also look at the moon, we look at Mercury through Pluto, we look at these planets in our solar system, and each of them tells us something about the life process and what people are working with their charts. So really, astrologers work with maps of the sky, and a common misconception is that we're the same as numerology, we're the same as tarot, we're psychics. And I would say that with a few exceptions, we're not. I mean, that's not what we do. We may do a few things, but what makes us astrologers is we look at these maps of the sky that we call charts. And the whole concept behind astrology and why we feel that it works, there's no causal mechanism that we can point to and say, oh, there's this gravitational pull of the planets or anything. Most modern astrologers don't think that way at all. What we think instead is there's some kind of symmetry between what happens on Earth and what happens in the sky. And we see it as observable, and to us it makes a lot of sense. It's a very poetic system, and it's used for lots of different things in a lot of different ways. And
That's quite the sky. It's like you say, a big sky. There's a lot going on up there.
Yeah, absolutely.
We should maybe be taking advantage of that. And boy, that's some of that went right over my head, I must admit. But I think I'm one of those that just looks at my horoscope every day. That I get my email. It's like, well, that's pretty true and that's pretty accurate. But
yeah,
that doesn't.
That's fine on that level. To me, it's like that gets people into astrology in a deeper way, or it doesn't. And to me, it doesn't make a lot of difference. I mean, there are people that write columns like that. I've written columns like that. Every astrologer has at some point, and you do your best to bring some really good insights to it. But it's hard because you are only writing based on one small little part of a person's chart and life and sky.